Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. And the show just ended, and was a really happy ending to it, because I'm so happy, which I'll get to it later on. And I gotta say, Raw tonight was a mixed bag, in my opinion. The 2 hours were kind of shitty to me, but the third hour really made up for the show for tonight's edition. There's a lot of fun things happen, which I'm gonna in the third hour, which I'm gonna get to. But the show opened up with Stephanie McMahon coming out, and that she gave Foley the week off, and that when he comes back, he'll have his his rightful sort of orders. And then Roman Reigns comes out and says he's not waiting until Fastlane, and he wants to take on Braun Strowman tonight. But Stephanie was like, the crowd doesn't care about Roman, and Roman says he doesn't care what anybody thinks, and he doesn't care what Stephanie thinks also. She says that Braun Strowman has a match tonight, and that if Roman gets involved with the match or lays a hand on Braun during the match tonight, she will possibly take away his match with him at Fastlane. And out comes Anderson and Gallows. They're backing up Stephanie, saying that they don't like what Roman is saying to her. And so Stephanie makes a match that that Roman will be taking on Gallows and Anderson in a 2-on-1 handicap match. And that happens next. And so before the match even started, Gallows and Anderson come down, and Roman just starts taking them out. And then it goes to commercial. And when we come back, that's when the match started. Roman Reigns versus Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson in a 2-on-1 handicap match. And I'm like, when this happened, I'm like, what was the point of this match? Because when it came from commercial, it was already started the match. And then it was just Roman Reigns just taking out Gallows and Anderson. And then but by the end of the match, Gallows and Anderson just started taking out Roman, and then just started beating the hell out of him, and that caused a disqualification. So Roman Reigns won the match by disqualification because of Gallows and Anderson beating the hell out of him. So, but overall, it was a wasted match. I was like, what was the point of this match? It was really quick. So, yeah. And then when Raw came back from commercial, New Day came out. Kofi gets on the mic talking shit about Bo Dallas, which he had a match with. And they go on talking about their blueprints for their ice cream machine, so they get so everybody gets their ice cream, and everybody was chanting during the Kofi Kingston Bo Dallas match, ice cream, and all like that. But this match, Kofi Kingston Bo Dallas match, man, it was terrible. It was shit though. But one thing that was cool was Kofi, making that flip over the ropes and landing on Bo Dallas. And what was funny was Bo Dallas ended up ripping the blueprints of the ice cream machine, and it led to Xavier, throwing a fit, and going, why, like that. It was funny. It's always funny when Xavier does that. What was really funny today is Kofi Kingston actually, during the Super Bowl, there was a video today where Xavier was wearing a New England Patriots jersey, because on one of the Up Down Down videos during the Super Bowl, Kofi and Xavier made a bet on who would win the Super Bowl, and it was just really funny though. If you saw the video today, it was on WWE.com and on their YouTube channel. But back to the match. Kofi Kingston defeated Bo Dallas with the SOS. So all in all, it was kind of a shitty match. So, but I'll leave it at that. Then after that, we had Neville being interviewed, and he goes on to talk about Jack Gallagher and T.J. Perkins. Jack Gallagher is shown, Neville says that Gallagher is not on his level, and it was really funny. Gallagher called him a pellet. And then that eventually led to Jack Gallagher versus Noam Dar. It was a okay match, but not great. Jack Gallagher got the win with a run and drop kick to Noam Dar to win the match. Then after the match, Neville comes out. He's on the ramp, and he holds up the cruiserweight title, and to face Jack Gallagher, because Jack Gallagher is the #1 contender for the title, because they won it last week on 205 Live. So overall, it was a okay match. It wasn't great. And then and it goes outside, and we see Samoa Joe arriving with Triple H in a limo. So it was pretty cool to see. And then after that, when Raw came back from commercial, it was the debut of Emmalina. Yes, Emma is back. But this was a really shitty segment where she just comes on the mic and then just talks. And I'm like, oh, is she gonna have a match? But nope, it was just a talk. She was on the mic, goes back. When she's done, she goes backstage. And after almost 4 months of them advertising her return, we get this. And I'm like, it was so shitty. And I'm like, I'm not even a fan of Emma. She's horrible in the ring, and she sucked on the mic. She even sucked on the mic tonight. So somebody says she's going to be the next Eva Marie. I see that. I probably see that if they handle her like that. So then after that shitty debut, Bayley is being interviewed and talking about going into a match against Charlotte tonight, and that she's going to retrieve the women's title, take it away from Charlotte. It was an awesome interview, coming from a huge Bayley fan, and I'm gonna be really happy when I talk about that match, because it was awesome. So, and then after that, after Bayley being interviewed, we see Owens and Jericho backstage talking about their festival of friendship that's happening tonight. Triple H is there talking to them. And then, we also saw, Owens and Triple H talking backstage, but we couldn't hear what they were saying. So, and after the Owens and Jericho backstage, it was Braun Strowman versus Mark Henry. So, not a good match in my opinion. It's good that two guys, two of these superstars, same heights, going at it. But Braun Strowman got the win with a power slam to Mark Henry to score the win. And after the match, Roman Reigns comes out and Braun Strowman just blasts Reigns off the apron, and Roman gives Braun 2 Superman punches, and Roman was going for the spear, but Braun just countered it and hit Roman with a running power slam. So that happened after the match. So, but Braun Strowman versus Mark Henry was not that good of a match. And then we see Cesaro and Sheamus, Enzo and Big Cass backstage, saying Cesaro and Sheamus end up saying, how Enzo and Cass screwed them over out of their rematch for the tag team titles last week, and Cesaro wanted a match with Enzo for tonight. So it was a okay backstage segment. And then Michael Cole is giving his interview with Samoa Joe. saying that Samoa Joe ended up saying that he came to Raw to destroy the locker, the superstars in the locker room and take on them, and make them make all the superstars in the locker room a threat to Samoa Joe, or Samoa Joe being a threat to them. And he said, Samoa Joe says he's there to change everything and make a statement that nobody on the roster, can stand tall to him. So it was a pretty good interview. And then after that interview, it was Sami Zayn versus Rusev. Another not that good of a match, though, in my opinion. I liked seeing Sami Zayn in the match, but he won the match with the Helluva Kick to Rusev. And then after the match, Sami says he's being interviewed, saying he's bouncing back after he lost the match for the U.S. title. And then, he was talking about Samoa Joe. And then Joe comes out of nowhere and attacks Sami from behind. And, he chokes out Sami, throws him into the sort of, into the sort of a light and pyro on that they have over there on the ramp. But then, like I said, Joe chokes out Sami. So, but yeah, Sami Zayn versus Rusev, another not so great match. And the next was the second and last cruiserweight match. It was Akira Tozawa versus Ariya Davari, and this was an awesome match, practically due to Akira Tozawa, who was really awesome. I think he's one of my favorite cruiserweights. Next to Neville and Rich Swann. You also have Tajiri there, but I think Neville tops all of them as being one of the best cruiserweights. I'd say he's number one, and then Akira Tozawa number two. That's how I would rank them, and then I would put Rich Swann at number three, Jack Gallagher at number four, and then return to Tajiri at number five. So those are my top five favorite cruiserweights that they have now. So, but it was a good match. Akira Tozawa got the win over Ariya Davari. So, it was a good match to Akira Tozawa. And then we go into the third hour of Raw, and this is where it picked up. So, the next was the Festival of Friendship with Owens and Jericho. It was really cool that Jericho was on the Titantron saying it's the Festival of Friendship, and then they get a special entrance with these women coming out. Jericho has on a scarf and a silver sparkle jacket. He also had a hat on too. And then Kevin Owens didn't look too thrilled to be at to do this thing. He looked kind of bored, but the ring was all set up and everything, very nice looking sets, in the ring. Jericho unveils a statue that the Guggenheim made, which cost him $7,000, practically in storyline though. Jericho also unveils a portrait of him and Owens, which I wanted to show because I made a meme of it though. But this is what the portrait looked like, if you could see it. If you could see it right there. Yeah, so that's what it looked like though. And I made a meme of it that said, "Oh, 50 Shades of Men," which is funny though. But yeah, it was really, when they unveiled that, I was laughing my ass off. They also hire a magician that doesn't impress Owens, and Jericho puts him on the list. And then Jericho ends up calling out Goldberg, which Goldberg wasn't there tonight. Then it went to commercial for some reason. when it came back, Goldberg's music ends up hidden, but it was really Gillberg that came out. If you all remember Gillberg, from back in the Attitude Era, the whole joke, the whole jobber version of Goldberg, or joke Goldberg that they had back then with Gillberg in the Attitude Era when Goldberg was still in WCW. But he comes out, Gillberg, and he gets beaten up. And then Jericho thanks Owens for everything, and he says to him at Fastlane he's got Owens' back, and that Owens is going to beat Goldberg at Fastlane and retain the Universal title. And then Owens gives Jericho a present, and that it's a new list. But Jericho doesn't realize that the list that on the back of the list it said the list of KO, and he doesn't understand why his name is on the list. And so that eventually led to Owens just beating the hell out of Jericho, which was really crazy. And Owens smashed Jericho into the Festival of Friendship television monitor, and the glass broke. And it kind of reminded me of when Jericho did that to Shawn Michaels back in 2008 during the highlight reel, which I remember. And that's basically how the segment ended, with Owens just slamming Jericho into the television monitor that had the Festival of Jericho logo on it, and having the glass shattered. But it was an awesome segment. It was very funny. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the storyline of Owens and Jericho's friendship. It was fun while it lasted. It was practically the most entertaining storyline that they had on Raw in a while. And then when Raw came back from the commercial break, we saw Jericho being loaded into an ambulance, being taken to a medical facility. And, this is Jericho becoming a babyface now. And I could already tell that at Fastlane, Jericho is going to cost Owens the Universal title, and Goldberg is probably going to win it. So that eventually explains, that's probably going to happen. But who knows? And then after that, Enzo and Big Cass come out making jokes about Sheamus and Cesaro. And it eventually led to Cesaro versus Enzo. But it was a pretty good match. Really enjoyable. You had Cesaro hitting Enzo with a uppercut to score the win, which was really cool. It was really awesome. And after the match, you had Big Cass and Sheamus standing in there, arguing, being face to face with each other. So then after that, Charlotte is backstage and Sasha comes, and Charlotte is bickering to Sasha, saying, "Oh, you're staying in the back," and she's talking about her. Charlotte was talking about Sasha's injured leg, and then after that it was the main event, which was Bayley versus Charlotte, and this was an awesome main event. It was really entertaining. Really, the crowd was on their feet for this match, and it was just awesome. You had Bayley, Charlotte taking out Bayley, and Bayley hitting her neck on the turnbuckle, which was brutal. And you had her doing the Macho Man elbow drop, Bayley doing that, which was really cool too. And then you had Bayley trying to go for the submission on Charlotte, and then Dana Brooke ends up coming out and raking the eyes of Bayley, which when Dana came out, Bayley just took her out and put Charlotte in the submission, and that was when Dana just raked the eyes of Bayley. And I thought, oh, Charlotte was going to retain. And out of nowhere, Sasha comes and hits Dana with the forgot what you call it, but she hit Dana with the crutch, and she also hit Charlotte with the crutch too, and that eventually led to Bayley hitting the Bayley to belly to win the match, and Bayley is the new Raw Women's Champion. So excited, so happy for Bayley. Coming from a huge Bayley fan, really, really happy. Kind of makes me worry now. Even though I'm happy, it kind of makes me worry that they're still going to play hot potato with the title, because I know Charlotte's going to get her rematch, probably at Fastlane. And I know probably at Fastlane, Charlotte's going to end up winning the title back. And it's just going to be hot potato with the title, with the women's title all over again. I hope that doesn't happen. Please stop with that. Let Bayley hold the title for once. But I was so excited when she won the title, coming from like I said, coming from a huge Bayley fan. So I'm still so happy. I'm still so happy about it. But yeah, Bayley versus Charlotte, awesome main event, awesome match, and really happy for Bayley. So it was just awesome. Great way. Sorry about that, but I was saying, it was an awesome main event, awesome match. Really happy for Bayley. Still so excited about it. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all back tomorrow for my SmackDown review. So until that video, see you all back tomorrow night, and I'll see you all later. Bye.